being arrested and drug off. That's what the globalists are counting on. Now, I'm telling you, they could say Iran did it. They could say anything. They could release a bioweapon. They could do any false flag you can imagine. But the entire system is set up around continuity of government and total takeover of society. And this is an absolute red-level emergency situation. The globalists have shown that they are so wild with hubris and arrogance that they are capable of anything. We learned a year and a half ago, and nobody got in trouble, that the top 14 insurance companies, themselves subsidiaries of the 6 megabanks, Prudential and others, this was in Bloomberg AP, but never made it in your local paper, never a big nightly news item, made deals to take the death benefits of U.S. troops from World War II through current. I mean, that's cold-blooded, folks, to take people's private insurance policies and to let because the Department of Defense administers them. I mean, these are just naked crooks, but they know how to start a war with a country they've overthrown twice and set up torture groups. And they probably are running the mullahs today to some extent. Iran-Contra helped put them in power in 79. I mean, go look it up if you didn't know the globalists. See, it's the mega banks playing us all off against each other, and they want a giant political diversion. They want a giant political distraction. They want a giant earth-shattering, earth-shaking war, a huge event where aircraft carriers are on fire and missiles are being fired and tactical nukes are being launched into Iran, and Iranian sleeper cells, which Iran actually says they've got and will use. The globalists may not have to stage a false flag. They'll have Iranians bombing New York, bombing Los Angeles, bombing Chicago, bombing Austin, Texas, bombing Houston, shooting people in the streets because they're getting nuked and attacked. And the globalists will push the plunger. Boom, tactical nuke, say Iran did it, and then it's martial law so hardcore, it's going to make your head spin. And you're going to be ordered to turn your guns in. And you're going to be ordered to swear an oath to them. And you're going to see all the spies they've hired and all the control freaks and all the intelligence units activated on you, and lots of televised SWAT teams killing, quote, right-wing extremists, and lots of military bases being attacked by the globalists themselves, blamed on domestic groups claiming we work with Al-Qaeda. And Iran. This is the full spectrum warfare of the bankers running America. And once they trigger this war, ladies and gentlemen, it's going to be a war on the American people and a war on the Iranians. You better believe it. And it is going to be hellish. Now, I'm telling you, this is in the works, in the cards. What I've told you is a very possible scenario that I can see and reverse engineer from all their action, and I know they've got everything I just said in blueprint model battle plans right now. I just gave you one of their major battle plans right there. Because everything in intelligence is watching movements, and the globalists think you're stupid, so they hide everything in plain view. And about 90% of my prime projection I just gave you is open source information. The rest is knowing the enemy's mind. But they could go with a bio attack and say the Iranians did it, or just say one popped up during this crisis to get us all to unify behind the government. What did they talk about in the New Hampshire debate, the one I watched Saturday night? They kept talking about we need to get the public's trust back. It's all about making them look trustworthy and making them look good and fatherly and nice. Those are all little nobody puppets except Ron Paul. That's why it's anybody but Ron Paul. So I want you to understand, I told you they'd implode Europe over a decade ago through derivatives and use the EU bureaucracy to fully take what sovereignty was left. Boom, it's happening. Bank of the World being announced, every major magazine that's in financial news, that's establishment, economists, Bloomberg, you name it, saying technocrats, unelected, need to run things now. Freedom isn't good. The Constitution's bad. Time Magazine, Newsweek, they're selling tyranny as the answer right now. And I know their plan. I told you 10 years ago they started putting TSA on the streets. Now it's being announced and being done all over the country. You drive up and there's guys with machine guns searching your cars, searching you on the street. They're beta testing total martial law, and they're going to start a civil war. They want a civil war. They're going to march the idiots in Homeland Security up against the American people. We'll be right back. Hello, I'm Alex Jones. Myself, my family, the Infowars.com team want to relay to you and your families that we are intensifying our efforts against the globalist on every front. Infowars.com is leading the fight against the technocrats. But we can't do that without your help. By getting the films, bumper stickers, and T-shirts at Infowars.com, you will wake up people in your area and support our operation as we move to the next level. We need your help to spread the word like never before. They wish to hide themselves during this tectonic battle between the forces of freedom and darkness. You are the response to the globalist technocrats and their program of global eugenics, dehumanization, and ultimate extermination. The war is here. It's an info war. The spirit of 1776 versus the mindset of 1984.
HempUSA.org brings you pure camu-berry powder. This revolutionary powder contains 50 times the vitamin C of an orange, mixes with any juice or liquid, has 227 servings per container, and is made from naturally grown camu berries, not chemically produced in a laboratory. Order camu-berry powder today. Call 908-691-2608 or visit HempUSA.org and see what our powder, seeds, and oil can do for you.
Hi, this is Ted Anderson. Have you ever wondered why banks, stockbrokers, investment advisors won't talk about gold IRAs? They've been available since 1986, yet the financial industry won't recognize the value of gold for your retirement. Gold has outperformed paper investments, yet no word about IRAs. If you would like to have gold for your retirement, call 800-686-2237. Don't get left behind by rising inflation and low returns. Call 800-686-2237. Secure your future and call 1-800-686-2237.
That's what it sounds like when a burglar kicks in the door of a dark house that looks like no one is home. Don't let your home be the next target. Make it look like someone is home watching television with Fake TV. Fake TV is a small electronic device that makes the same light as a real television. So from outside, it looks like someone is home watching TV. Fake TV plugs in just like a lamp on a timer, but is far more convincing to burglars. Fake TV deters burglars, costs far less than an alarm, and is highly recommended by numerous police departments. Use it anytime you're away from home. To order your Fake TV for only $34.95, go to faketv.com. or call 1-877-5-FAKE-TV. Each additional Fake TV is only $29.95, so get one for you and one for a loved one for safety, security, and peace of mind for both of you. Call 877-5-FAKE-TV or go to faketv.com. faketv.com, the burglar deterrent.
Have you ever seen a U.S. postage stamp featuring Abraham Lincoln, Ben Franklin, or George Washington? If you're into stamp collecting, you know it's a fun, affordable hobby. America's leading stamp dealer is the Mystic Stamp Company, and they want you to have their free 140-page color catalog. Go to MysticStampAd.com, the website of the Mystic Stamp Company. Serving stamp collectors since 1923, Mystic Stamp is well known in the industry for its experience, superior customer service, and an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau. Go to MysticStampAd.com to request your free 140-page U.S. stamp color catalog, packed with collecting tips, special offers, color photos, and over 4,600 available stamps. Call 800-433-7811 or go to MysticStampAd.com. That's 800-433-7811 and ask for your free U.S. stamp catalog or MysticStampAd.com. Mystic Stamp Company, America's leading stamp dealer.
No matter how hard you try, you can't stop us now.
Now, in the midst of a huge confrontation with Iran coming up, Iran says they take it as a military attack if they are put under siege, their industrial civilization. A lot of areas of Iran look like Chicago or Dallas, Texas. Big, glistening, high-rise buildings, people in suits and ties walking around. About 70%, if you look at the general polls, of Iranians are big fans of the U.S., but they're going to be attacked. And they're saying that when their power gets cut off, they are going to go ahead and block the Strait of Hormuz and give Europe and the U.S. the same medicine they're getting. And the Israelis and the U.S. have said, that is the people that run Israel and run the United States have said, you know what, we're going to attack you when you do that. It's like, we're going to cut your power off, and we're going to have terrorists inside your country. I even have a Washington Post article today admitting that the U.S. and Israel are blowing up missile bases and assassinating people in Iran. I mean, whole bases blow up. Whole military command bases blow up. Whole missile bases blow up. Ahmadinejad's driving across a bridge. It blows up right after he drives across it. The Iranians, if they were so crazy, they're just taking it and taking it and taking it and taking it. But they're saying if you cut off half our power, we're going to have to go to war with you. Because siege, embargo, blockade is the oldest form of war. Under international law, Ron Paul has pointed out it's an act of war. Can you imagine if somebody cut off half our fuel? I mean, folks, a lot of the average good old boys, liquor sales, pizza sales go off the charts when there's a war. More than New Year's, at Christmas, and Thanksgiving combined. I've talked to liquor store owners. I've seen the statistics in the news. When there's a new war, people go get drunk. They have barbecues. They sit there like it's a video game. As the banks that run America use our military to terrorize third world nations, of course they hate us. And then they say, well, if we weren't dependent on oil, we wouldn't have to buy it from them. All the Republicans say that. The big oil companies and banks that run this country don't want the oil to be developed. They're always blocking it. It isn't some little hippie person blocking exploration of oil. It's the big oil companies. It's on record. The Associated Press sued in 2000 and got documents from 1996. We've written big articles on it where the big 10 oil companies got together in meetings and said, we got to buy up all the refineries. There's too much oil. We'll shut it down that way. And we'll also, basically covertly fund environmentalist groups to stop development here, to shut down all the smaller companies. It's on record. And they fund the whole peak oil thing. The oil companies do. There's no oil left. To train you that there's no oil. Just like they're shutting down all of our coal plants that aren't owned by GE, and the power prices are going off the charts. They know what they're doing. They'd like to sell you less for a whole lot more, and it's real simple. It's real simple. The globalists are going to love it. Saudi Arabia's already said they're going to love it when the strait gets shut down. They're going to make even more money. You're going to pay a lot more. You're going to pay $6, $7 at the pump, and they're going to tell you Iran did it. You think the Iranians are like paying 2, 3 times at the pump? They're human beings too. Now, let's go to this clip. Here's CBS News. It's got a thing with McCain worshiping, anti-gun, open border McCain, carbon tax McCain, torture lover McCain, who said he was for torture but voted for it. Against torture, but voted for it. Here it is. CBS reporter blatantly excludes Ron Paul from coverage, despite the fact that Paul is surging and Romney's sliding. Yeah, Romney's sliding in New Hampshire. That's what all the polls show. Paul is 8 to 15 points, depending on which poll. And look, it's going to show the graphic. CBS News. CBS News won't even tell their viewers Ron Paul exists. They think you're idiots. This is the disdain of these people. Here's the clip.
And that is to make sure that we make Mitt Romney the next president of the United States of America.
Expectations are high in what has become Romney's adopted home state. A new Suffolk University poll shows him with a commanding lead in New Hampshire at almost 30 points above his rivals. At the same time, Newt Gingrich and Jon Huntsman have faltered. Rick Santorum, who polls in single digits here, is looking to give Romney a run in the Granite State after his near victory in Iowa. As for the losers...
Okay, back that up for a minute with the graphic there, and I'm going to have that redone. We grabbed that CBS and put our graphic around it, but it cuts off the numbers there. I'm going to show this on the nightly news again tonight. It's big news, but there's the full graphic. Romney 43, Gingrich 9, Huntsman 7, Santorum 6. They don't even let you know there that 20-something% is Ron Paul, and they don't even show him. This is how they manage reality. This is why your neighbors seem so dumb. This is why they're so ignorant. I run into a lot of people still don't even know who Ron Paul is.